Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to a new day. Starting off the news this week, Palau has become the world's first country to bring in an outright ban on what they call reef-toxic sun cream. This being sun cream that contains ingredients that would be harmful to the reef life around areas such as Palau's famous rock islands. While the ban, which covers 10 sun cream ingredients such as oxybenzone, was announced in 2018, it has only just come into effect as of the 1st of January. While Palau is the first country to have banned sun cream chemicals that harm the reefs around the nation of many islands, it will certainly not be the last place to do so. In May 2018, the US state of Hawaii made a similar ban, which will come into effect in 2021. Starting off this week's paleontology news is a remarkable publication describing a specimen of preserved hadrosaur skin. This particular specimen is not just an impression, however, like most dinosaur skin fossils are. Instead, this skin is three-dimensionally preserved as mineralized tissue. The paleontologists examined this fossil, finding that it included structures containing eumelanin, which were also preserved in 3D, as well as globular structures which are likely the remains of cells, and fragments of blood vessels. They also found that the skin seems to be much thinner than similar sized mammals, and as such it's unlikely that thickness is the reason that so many hadrosaur skin specimens have been fossilized. Instead, it's probably due to the way that the layers are structured. This study is pretty remarkable in showing that fragments of protein-based soft tissues can indeed be recognized in fossilized skin, and hopefully more such discoveries will be made in the future. Also in the news is a new study that offers a solution to what has become known as the phosphate problem. In research on the origin of life on Earth, this issue comes from the fact that high concentrations of phosphate are crucial for life to develop since it's needed in key biomolecules. However, it's usually found in very low concentrations in natural water. This is because phosphate reacts with calcium, forming solid minerals which aren't useful for the origins of life. But in certain carbonate-rich lakes found in locations all across the Earth, there's up to 50,000 times the level of phosphate compared to seawater. This is due to the carbonate binding with the calcium instead, leaving some of the phosphates free. Because of these conditions on the ancient Earth, these types of lakes may have been quite common, and as such, the paper suggests that these bodies of water could be the places where life first began. We've just received some 7 Days of Science breaking news. It's very exciting news about the tyrant lizard king itself. As many of you will undoubtedly be aware, there has been a long debate about a disputed taxon known as Nanotyrannus, what has been argued by some to be a distinct species of small tyrannosaur that lived at the same time and place as T-Rex, but argued by others to be just examples of juvenile Tyrannosaurus. Well, now there has been a new study, which includes Jack Horner as an author, which has looked at the bone structure of two specimens of half-grown T-Rex, finding them to be in between 13 and 15 years old, and proving the necessary data to assess growth rates of this animal during its earlier years. The study therefore finds that Nanotyrannus should be synonymized with Tyrannosaurus, stating that they find no support for there being a small species of Tyrannosaurid living at the same time as T-Rex. The study also explains that this data provides evidence for the idea that T-Rex, throughout its life, would occupy different niches as it grew, exploiting the mid to large size theropod niches through rapid increases in body size. An interesting study, although I'm sure that's not the last we hear of Nanotyrannus. Well, sorry for that short episode of 7 Days of Science, but it seems everyone's had a week off, so there wasn't that much to report. Anyway, all of us here from the Benji Thomas channel wish you all a happy and safe new year. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you on Sunday.